Hello everyone and welcome to another lecture for the Cambridge Mathematics O-Level course book. In today's video, we will be resuming from where we left in our previous lecture. Okay, so our previous lecture we completed from 2D all the way up to question number 4. We did all of these maths. So today I'm going to be starting from question number 5 in today's lecture, and hopefully I'm trying to complete all of these questions in this chapter. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started with today's video. Let me just copy this diagram in the question. Here it again says not to use a calculator, so do not use a calculator, please. This is taking a little while. Okay, good. Loaded. Get rid of this. Have a more cleaner picture of what we're gonna do. So let me just paste in this question over here. Alright, so let's read the question. It says the diagram shows a scale marked in meters, which that is used to measure the water at high tide and low tide at a town on the coast. There is a high tide and a low tide twice every day, once before noon a.m. and once in the afternoon p.m. Okay, so work out the difference between the high tide and low tide in the afternoon. So they're asking us to find out the high tide and low tide in PM, since it's afternoon. Okay, and afternoon is usually PM. It will never be AM. Okay, let's get started. So everyone take out your notebooks, workbooks, or wherever you need to write this down. So let's first we have to write our given information. Of course, that's very important, fundamental. Given we have high tide equals positive 2 meters. Okay, and then we have low tide, which equals 2 minus 3 meters. Okay, since we've already got our given information here, actually let me just make my pen slightly thick. There, that's much better. Okay, so now that we've got our given information, high tide and low tide, let's find out their, just move here. They just asked us to find out the difference between the high tide and low tide, right? So let me just write this down. So difference here equals to high minus low. Let's just assign this as high and low. I mean, well, it's already understandable, don't need to write that. Okay, so much work. High minus low. Okay, so look at this in equals right here. Let me just scroll up. Let's say, so it's gonna be 2 minus, again we got a minus 3, and in my previous lectures I explained how minus becomes positive. So it's gonna be 2 plus 3 right here. Perfect. and it's going to be 5 meters right here. 5 meters, okay? So that answers our question to part A. Okay, this is our answer for question number 5A. I'm zooming it out. Check it out for yourself. It's perfectly explained over here. Take your time, pause the video, copy it down, understand it. Okay, let's move on to question number 5B. Okay, let me just erase this real quick. So what did 5B ask us to do? 5B asked us to find the sum of the 4 heights marked with the arrow scale. So these are marked with our arrow scales. Let me just highlight it for you. You can see these are marked. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Let me just use this pen. Looks nice. So if I zoom in, this is marked with an arrow. You see these lines? These are marked with an arrow. If you go up, these are marked with an arrow. Okay, so since they're marked with an arrow, it's pretty obvious what it should be. Let me just erase these real quick. There. They asked us to find out some of the 4 heights marked with the arrows. I already marked it down for you guys, so I'm just going to write this down here. Okay, so what's marked with an arrow? Okay, so it's going to be positive 3 plus 2 plus negative 1 plus, what's this? I can't really read it. 3 plus 2 plus negative 1 plus, sorry, it's negative 3, yeah, plus negative 3, okay. So work this sum out. It should give you an answer of 1, positive 1. Okay, this is our answer for question number 5B. Take your time, copy this on your notebook, understand it, visualize it. And okay, let's move to the next question. Let me get rid of this real quick. Okay, let's snap to the next question. So what we got? Let's just copy this. So in this one, question number 6, you are allowed to use a calculator. This is applicable. This question is applicable for using a digital calculator. So don't hesitate in using a calculator here, since we have a calculator sign right here. Okay. So let's read the question out. So the cost of staying at a hotel has been reduced by $2.75 per night. A customer staying at the hotel now pays a total of $289.50. How much did the customer pay for each night before the reduction? Okay, so the answer to this question so first let's write our let's assume we're assuming here let x equals to initial price Okay, so this was the initial price before the discounts or reductions. Okay, so this was the price before all of those happened. Now after reduction, this is after reduction. So after reduction, this is, so basically after the discount or reduction, the price for every night would be equals to x minus 2.75. Okay. Okay, so for total 6 nights, total 4, 6, sorry, it doesn't look like 6, right, clearly, 4, 6 nights. Equals to 6. It's basically we're multiplying this. Sorry, it looks like a ratio over here. So take out your calculator and just basically, wait, no, we don't need to take our calculator right here. Okay, still don't need to. So for a total of 6 nights, he pays this much. Now that we know he pays this much for 6 nights, and it's given here, 6 nights he pays this much, okay? He pays this much for 6 nights, so you can just swap this out with 289.50 since it was given in the question above. So it's going to be technically 6x. Let me just take out your calculator and multiply these. 6 times minus 2.75 should give you an answer of around 16.5. So minus 16.5. Okay. So now you want to take this 6x minus 15 over this side. 6x minus 16.5 on this side. And you want to take this 289.50 on this side. Okay. Now that we have done this, we want to do is 6x equals to 289.50 plus 16.5. Okay, now do this on your calculator. 289.50 plus 16.5. You should get an answer of something. Wait, let me just do it real quick. 289.50 plus 16.5 gives you an answer of 306. 306. Now our time to find x. So to get rid of the 6 from our x, what we want to do is just divide the 6 with this 306. Sorry, x doesn't look nice. So 306 divided by 6. Now just take your calculator out and just solve this. You should get an answer of 51. And there you have it. Initial price. How much did the customer pay each night before reduction? This was their initial price, so you can write $51. Sorry, not 5. It's $51 each night. Each night. Before reduction. Okay, so this is the entire math. Copy it down on your notebook, take your time, understand it, visualize it in general, and yeah, pause the video and take your time. Okay, so I'm now going to move on to the next question. Just going to erase this and get rid of this question as well. Okay, so for our next question is also a calculator applicable question, so you feel free to use your calculator as much as you want this one. Alright, I'll just put this in the corner of my whiteboard. There. So let's read the question out together. Junaid buys 6.5 kilograms of onions and 3.6 kilograms of potatoes. The onions cost $1.20 per kilogram, and the total cost of potatoes is $2.70. So, what did they ask us for? Our first question, they asked us, find the cost for 1 kilogram of potatoes. Pretty easy. So, let's write question A. Cost for 1 kg potatoes equals to 2.70 divided by 3.6. Now, why are we dividing 3.6 potatoes? Why are we dividing 2.70 divided by 3.6? Well, because this is the total weight of the potatoes, and 2.70 is the total cost of the potatoes, okay? So, doing this will give us an answer of $0.75. Okay, so 1 kilogram of potatoes cost 0.75. You can also test it on your calculator. So this guy bought 3.6 kilograms of potatoes, so you can do 0.75 times 3.6. You should give an answer of 2.7 or $2.70, which proves that 1 kilogram potatoes cost $0.75. Okay, so I'm just gonna erase this question out from here. Okay, moving on to the next question. So Junaid pays for these vegetables with a $20 note. He spends all of his change on oranges, okay? Given that he buys exactly 7.6 kilograms of orange, find how much oranges cost per kilogram. Okay, this is a little tricky one, but let's get through this one. So let's write down oranges. Sorry, not oranges. We want to write down onion, okay? Onion equals to 6.5. So we want to find out the cost for onions here. Let me just get rid of the dollar sign. Okay, so 6.5 times 1.20 should give us an answer of about 7.8. $7.8 from here. Okay, and we know that our potatoes cost they already cost $2.70. And now the vegetable. So the total vegetable cost, so let's write it as total cost sorry if my handwriting is not good again. Total cost equals to 7.8 plus 2.7. Okay, should give us an answer of $10.5. Okay, now remember we had a $20 note, so we want to pay it off with his change. So with change of $20, CHANGE equals 20 minus 10.50. Okay, which gives us an answer of $9.50. Okay, so after we found out our change, we want to find out now how much oranges cost per kilogram. So give it a 3 dot symbol, it's optional. Orange per kg equals 9. Sorry, the 9 doesn't look like a 9. 9.50 divided by 7.6. So oranges per kilogram should cost $1.25. And that is our answer for question number 7B. Take your time, copy this on your notebook, visualize it, understand. Yeah, and I'll erase this now. We're gonna read this question number 7. And now let's move to question number 8. This is also a calculator applicable one, so feel free to use a calculator here. Don't be shy to use a calculator in these questions. Let's just zoom this in, paste this down here. Okay. So a cinema ticket costs $4.20 for an adult and $3.40 for a child. A group of 5 adults and some children, so the number of children is unknown, pay a total of $44.80 for a cinema ticket. How many children are in the group? Okay, so pretty easy math. Let's start off with given. Five adults. Sorry, it looks a little ugly. Five adults equals to 5 times 4 0.20, which equals to 21.00, and our remaining is like the remaining amount of cash. So sorry, it's not looking that nice. Remaining equals 44.80 minus 21.00. Okay, which gives us an answer of 23.80 dollars. Now this is going to be pretty easy for us to find out the number of children here. Now that we have the remaining remaining amount of cash, we can find out the number of children. So number of children equals to 23.80 divided by 3.40. This should give us an answer of 7. So there you have it. This is question number 8 solved. Pause the video, take your time, understand the question and the solution. Now let's move to the next question. Okay, let's get rid of this old question out of here. And moving on to the final question, question number 9. This is also a calculator question again. Feel free to use your calculator. So just make it a little big there. Okay, so what does the question say? Tokens for a home electricity meter can be bought for $1, $5, or $10. A customer receives 6 units of electricity for $1, 40 units for $5, 75 units for $10. So question number 8 asks us to give a reason for why it benefits the customer to buy $5 tokens. Okay, so first of all, this is cost per unit. Finding cost per unit. Okay. Sorry, the F doesn't look good. Okay. So $1 here. $1 equals to 1 divided by 6, which equals to 0.1667 units. A unit for a $5 token gives us 5 divided by 40. What we have to do with is representing units and tokens. It should give us a value of 0.125, and and a $10 token. $10 token equals to 10 divided by 75, which equals to 0.1333. Okay, so as you can see, comparing all of these, the lowest cost per unit is the $5 one. This is lowest cost. So this one was the lowest cost per unit, so this is why $5 is our answer. You have to explain it like this. Pretty simple. This is for question number A. Sorry you didn't write it here. This is for question number A. Take your time, analyze the question and the answer, and visualize it. Pause the video. Take your time. Now I'm going to erase it. Okay, now for our final question. Question number B. Fada uses a total of 300 units. Sorry, it looks more of an H. Uses a total of 300 units. Okay, that's a lot. 300 units of electricity each month. That's okay. So each month to operate all the electrical items at her house. How much will it cost for her to operate all the items in her house for a year if she buys $5 tokens only? Okay, so we know that 5 units per $5 token, so $5 here equals to it's a 40 unit. It's 40 units. It's 40 units. Monthly units, you need 300. So monthly tokens equals to 300. We need 300 tokens per month. So cost, so how many tokens do we need? Let's just do 300 divided by 40 gives us an answer of 7.5 tokens. Now we need to find out the monthly price for 7.5 tokens, right? So cost per month equals to 7.5 times 5, which gives us an answer of 37.50. Now cost per year equals to 37.50 times 12. This should give us $450. Okay, so how much will it cost her to operate all the items in her house for a year? So it will cost her about $450 in a year if she buys $5 tokens. So this is our final answer for question number 9B. Take your time, copy the question, visualize, understand it, and pause the video. Okay, and I believe that was all for question number, I believe that was all for exercise 1.1a. So successfully we have finished exercise 1.1a in this video. So thank you all of you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this to your friends who are struggling with this chapter. And if you like and subscribe this video, or subscribe to this channel, it motivates me to upload more videos every day. So yeah, thank you for watching this video, and till then, bye bye.